Everyone's talking about the property market right now. I went to a conference yesterday and I got hit up by a number of people. What's the real estate market doing in your area? From the agents in their area, they've heard that definitely a slowing market, softening market. And yes, that's true. And historically, we see after a fairly significant boom. Now, we've had it blessed for the last 5 or so years where property prices just continually risen over that period of time. And they didn't stop. There was slight slowdowns here and there, but generally they kept going up. So there is usually a correction after such boom periods, and we've seen it historically before. Usually these corrections last around 12 months, maybe a bit longer in certain instances, maybe 18 months. And what that is, it's really a period of uncertainty. There's a lot of uncertainty out there at the moment, a lot of fear about, what's going to happen next, particularly when it comes to big ticket items like buying or selling a property. So people often hold back in that period of uncertainty. It doesn't mean it's a bad time to sell. We're still seeing some good results. Yes, they might not be overinflated prices or huge competition coming in to snap up properties. But there is still good data showing that still buyers are out there willing to pay for good, well-presented properties. So it's definitely value driven now, and buyers have that opportunity now to show a bit more caution, take a bit more time with their due diligence when looking at property prices. What's interesting is the upper quartile properties, so the properties in the premium category, the top 25% of property values in Australia. Nationally, they've shown the greatest drop, so 0.32% down, whereas in the lower quartile, it's down, close to 1%, not even. And that's just because of that affordability push. We actually see Nambour here on the Sunshine Coast still in the top 10 suburbs across Queensland for the highest growth rates. And that's because of that affordability factor, right? A lot more people in that category pushing still into the marketplace. So Nambour's still showing strong signs of a great property market. And again, I think, if you present a property well and it ticks the boxes for what people are after, presentation does matter in a market like this where buyers have more choice. And we've actually seen the numbers of properties. We were talking about this earlier this year, myself and Nico, and we were seeing total listings on the Sunshine Coast under 3,000. Now it's over 3,500, and that doesn't mean that there's more listings coming to the market, more new listings, more new stock. Of course, there's always more new stock coming to the market, but it just means properties are sitting there longer. National average on the market right now of about 32 days. So that's just a sign that things are taking a bit longer to move and sell, whilst people adapt to the new market conditions. So just a thought for you today. Enjoy.